Life without you been feeling kinda strange. Well, I see that you're doing very well. You looking very well. I miss the way your perfume smell. I miss the way that you blowed up my line just to make sure that I'm feeling well.
Welcome back to my channel. I am Kashiajabre, and today I am going to be doing a holiday inspired makeup look. As you guys know, Christmas is coming up and New Year's is coming up, so I just want to give you guys something to base your makeup off of. Everybody knows that we can just get comfortable doing the same thing over and over, but when the holidays come around, we gotta spice it up a little bit, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing today, and I'm gonna be showing you guys everything that I'm using, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. We just gonna get into everything, okay? Let me put my thumb hose in. But also today is Vlogmas day 7, so if you have been watching thus far, thank you so much. And if you are not caught up, please catch up. I know everybody got things to do in their life and things like that, but these videos I've been rolling out have been fire, so I'm gonna need y'all to really get up on it, okay? But without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right into this video. All right, so first things first, I gotta clip my hair out of the way because as y'all can see, your girl got a fresh silk press, so I'm not trying to mess it up. So let me go ahead and clip my hair out of the way and kind of like throw it behind me. It's so weird having my hair short now, like even when I put it behind me, it's still coming back up. But it's okay. As long as this is out of my face, we're good. All right, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin. I'm gonna start off with some moisturizer. I'm using the one from Cetaphil. I will have all of the products that I use linked down below in this video, so you guys do not have to look far. I will have my shades, the names, the everything, where I get it from, everything, okay? But like I said, starting off with moisturizer, about to go in with that. I have super dry skin, so it's always so important for me to go in and give my skin some type of moisture, because if not, it'll dry out my makeup. If you have dry skin, always make sure that you prep. Even if you don't have dry skin, prep is super duper important. Next, I'm gonna spray some of my Mario Badescu, and I'm gonna go ahead and hydrate my face with that. I wish I had like a little fan, but I don't. Mine ran out of batteries and I ain't putting the batteries back in. All right, now I'm gonna take my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. They actually sent me this in PR. So Milk Makeup, if you are seeing this, thank you so much for my PR package. That was so sweet of you guys. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and kind of soothe it into my skin. And a little bit on my forehead. All right, so now that my skin is all prepped, I'm gonna go ahead and start to work on my brows, because I like starting off with my brows these days because I just feel like it gives you a perfect starter for your makeup. Sometimes I feel like my face gets lost when my brows aren't done. I'm just brushing them out. I'm gonna take a cotton round and I'm just gonna wipe them off so that it makes it a little bit easier for me to draw. Now let's go ahead and brush them up in the shape they're supposed to be. And it's actually time for me to do my brows. I'll probably do them tomorrow, but for now, they're not too bad. They just a little bit outgrown. So I just have to be careful and keep my shape in line. Today I'm gonna be using the Sephora brow pencil in the color Granite. I love their brow pencil so much. I find that with other ones that I have tried, I used to be a big fan of the NYX one, but it would get dry on me very, very quick. Like the pencil would dry out. So that's what made me try this one, and I am in love. It's small, it's precise, and I'm not a person who likes like hair-like strokes. I am still kind of stuck in like the 2016 brow. I like it really sharp, really crispy, and super filled in. So this is perfect for that. After filling in your brows, you always want to go back through and brush them. This just kind of blends the product throughout. Now that I have my brows all filled in, I'm going to go in with my light concealer. I always like to go in with a lighter one under my brows, and then over my brows I'm going to use my foundation shade. I'm going to go in with this one and use a very small precise brush to go ahead and carve them out. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer in the shade Walnut, and this is what I'm going to be using up underneath. take a small fluffy brush and go back under and just blend out that concealer so that it's not just a straight line. I like to just diffuse it just a bit. Now it's time to go ahead and carve out the top of my brows, and like I said, I'm going to use a foundation. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty foundation in, this is the Pro Filter one in 385. This is what I'm going to use to go ahead and carve out the top of my brows. Now I'm just going to take that fluffy brush again and just blend out that product. So now these are my brows. They're done. This is how I prefer to do my brows. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start on my eyeshadow look. I have something in mind, and it's just going to be like a brown grungy type of eye look with white inner corners and maybe a little rhinestone. I'm like looking around my makeup bag and things, trying to figure out how I'm about to do this. But I know first things first is I gotta go ahead and put concealer all over my eyelid. This is just gonna give me a really good base. So I just put that on the back of this fluffy brush, and I'm gonna move my lashes out of the way and just go in with this product all over my eyelid. So that you can already see it's just giving me a really light base to start my eyeshadow. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to take my One Size translucent powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this to set that concealer that is on my eyelid. Alright, I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit more. Alright, now that y'all are a little bit closer, I have the concealer set on my eyelids. Now it's time to go in with eyeshadow. So today I'm going to be using the Morphe 350 Supernatural Glow palette, and as you guys can see, it is just a bunch of brown colors and just fall light colors. It's just the perfect palette. So I'm going to go in first with a very light shade, probably something that matches my skin tone. Maybe like something like this. The camera is washing out the color, but I'll make sure to get all of the names of the things that I use. I'm just gonna use a fluffy but small brush, and I'm gonna take this color. This is gonna be my transition shade, and I'm gonna take this a little bit high up underneath my brow. I'm not the greatest at eyeshadow looks, but I have learned that building up the colors instead of just piling them on works magic. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so now that I have my transition shade on, I'm gonna go in with something just a tad bit darker, and I'm going to start building up this area. So I'm gonna go in with this brown shade here, and I always like to create a shadow up underneath the front of my brow. I feel like it shapes your face so nicely. Like you can already tell the difference between this brow and that brow. And don't be afraid to blend it into the brow. The more blended, the better. Now what I'm going to do is also take this shade here, and I'm going to start going into my crease. But I'm gonna move it downward. So I'm gonna keep it away from the top of my brow because I want this to stay light. So I'm just gonna take it into the crease and kind of like keep it there and connect it with that shadow that we made at the top of the brow. So I'm just connecting that and also bringing it into my crease. Alright, so now that I kind of have my base, I can start to build on the darker colors. So I'm going to take a tighter brush, and I'm going to start to go in with a more deeper brown. This is the brown that I'm going to go in with here, and I'm going to take this directly into my crease and just kind of like pack it in there. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this color all over my lid because I do want to have a dark lid for this look. Sometimes I stay away from darker colors, but I find that if I just keep it low, then it won't make my eyes look so dark, if that makes sense. So now I'm just blending out those colors and making sure everything is blended. Now I'm gonna go in with this chestnut type of color, and I'm gonna take this on the fluffy side of the brush, and I'm gonna go back in where I put that shadow and just start blending that there. And I'm softly going over my entire eyelid to just try to blend everything together with this color. Now I'm gonna go in with this deep chocolate shade, and I'm gonna take this into my outer corner. Now I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and go ahead and blend that out and start to diffuse it a bit. I'm not gonna go over it. I'm just gonna go like kind of on top of it and blend out the edges because I wanna keep that dark color there. Alright, so where I have carved it out, that is where I'm going to put the white. So this palette actually does come with a pretty light shade. It's the first one in the palette. I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to go in with this very, very light shade. And I'm going to go ahead and pack that over where I just carved out with my concealer. Now I'm going to start blending it with those shades just so that that line isn't super harsh. Now I'm going to go in with my James Charles palette. This has a very true white color, so I'm just going to go in and start putting that on. This is going to be a little bit more pigmented than the Morphe palette, so I need to be super careful with this one, but also making sure that I'm blending it out and it's not just looking like it's just sitting there, you know? Yes, so that already brightened up a lot. So let me go in and do the other one. Okay, so this is pretty much what I have for my eyes at the moment. I'm gonna go back in and do some things, but I wanna go ahead and start getting ready to start my face. But before I do that, I'm just gonna clean up the eyeshadow, and I'm gonna take a cotton round and some micellar water, and I'm just gonna go in and kind of like carve out the edge of the eyeshadow, and also wiping any product that has fell up underneath my eye. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on our face. I'm gonna start with my Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm just gonna put a couple pumps on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out with my Real Technique 204 brush. I love this brush so much. The best foundation brush. I love all of Real Technique brushes, and if y'all didn't know, they also sell Real Techniques at like Marshalls and Ross, so you can find them for a little bit cheaper. But if you don't want to go through looking for them, they also are in Target and probably any drugstore. Now I'm going to go back in with my concealer in the same shade Walnut, and I'm going to go ahead and put this all over underneath my eye and also drag that a little bit up. And I'm also going for a bright under eye, so I'm going to go back in with another concealer shade. But before I do that, I'm also going to go ahead and put some concealer on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and now I'm not going to put any on my cheeks today. But now I'm going to go in with a lighter concealer and put 2 dots up underneath my eye like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the shade Pecan, and I'm gonna let this set for a little bit. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my contour. I'm using the Danessa Myricks in Deep 1. I have it in a plastic bag because I lost the top, and this stuff is cream, so it can get everywhere. So don't mind the packaging. This is not how it normally looks, but as y'all can see, I love this product because it is almost time to get a new one, but I promise y'all I'm gonna use all of it before I get a new one. It's that good. I like to go in and activate it with my setting spray. This is the Soft Focus Setting Spray by Hourglass, and I like to just spray that and wake up the product, and then I start to place it in all of my contour areas. I like to put my contour pretty high up. That way when I diffuse it out, it's not so dark. That way I can kind of blend it down and it still looks not harsh, if that makes sense. So I always like to start it up high instead of bringing it down low. I'd rather just blend it out low, if that makes sense. And I also go over my forehead. That is the darkest part of my face, so I always like to emulate that with my contour. I am not shy with this stuff at all. I literally go all over my forehead. I'm also gonna take a little bit up underneath my chin because I am developing a little bit of a double chin. I need to go to the gym, y'all. For the moment, we're gonna hide it with a little bit of contour up underneath my chin. It's gonna give a shadow look so you don't really see it. Before I start blending, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray my entire face with my setting spray. This is just going to make sure that the products stay wet for me while, oh my God, that sounded so wrong. But it's just gonna make sure that the products stay wet while I blend them out and they don't dry out. And I always like to start with the edges of my concealer first with this brush. This is also a Real Techniques brush. This is the number 206, so this probably came in the exact same package as the foundation brush. And that's another thing that I love about Real Techniques. They sell their brushes in packages and they kind of all go together, so I really like that. They last a long time. I have never had a Real Techniques brush break on me or any bristles falling out, nothing. So I really love their brushes a lot. And I'm just slightly blending this with the lightest hand. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And I always take a little bit up underneath my nose. Now I'm just gonna go over my chin, and it don't have to be perfectly blended out because I am gonna go back in and re-blend it, but I always like to just tap over it with my brush to kind of spread the product out. And I like to do like a rainbow type of highlight over my forehead, and I just go from eyebrow to eyebrow, creating like a rainbow shape. So as you guys can see, it kind of looks like the light is just hitting me right in the center of my face, and that's what we're looking for. Now what you want to do is go in with a brush that's pointy or a sponge that is pointy. So I normally use either these powder puffs or a I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will have it linked in my description box. These are my favorite of all time sponges. But you want to make sure that it's going to have a point on it because you want to get high up in this area. So whichever you prefer, I use both of them. I don't have a preference. But today I'm going to use this sponge, and I'm just going to go in and start to blend in my inner corner. Make sure to not blend too much because you want to keep that product really bright, and you don't want to soak up too much of that product. So I'm just tapping very lightly, and I also bring this up just a tad bit to my nose and really make sure that I get way up in that corner. So this is what it should look like, and I'm just gonna go over where I went with the brush and just kind of blend everything out. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Now that I have my concealer blended up underneath my eyes, I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush, and I'm gonna go over the edges of my concealer just to kind of bring it back, because you want to just make all of the colors kind of like mesh together. And I find that using your foundation brush and just going back in and going over those lines really start to make all of the colors blend together and work together. So I love going in with this. And in the same sense, I am blending that contour. As you guys can see, it is very subtle, but it's there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side and on my forehead and my chin. So now you just want to kind of look from side to side. Make sure that you have all of the harsh lines blended out. And once you have that, it is time to set. So I'm going to go in with my one size translucent powder with a brush. And I'm going to use a very small amount of this. And I'm going to go in and set my entire face. I like to just scrape off the excess and blow it. And I'm just going to lightly tap all over my face. And this is going to be me setting it. I also like to go in and bake afterwards, but that is an option. I just like my face to look super duper highlighted. So if you like that look too, then you can go back in with your powder and bake like I'm gonna do. But if not, you can just lightly set like I am doing right now. And I just take this all over my face. I love this powder. It is so fine. It's just really good. Like, it's just really good. This is one of the newer products in my makeup bag right now, and I am loving her. Like, she's good. Now I'm gonna go in with a powder puff and press into this powder, and I'm gonna scrape off the excess and go in and start to bake. I always like to go downside my nose and really get up underneath my eyes. Also gonna take some of this under my chin and over my forehead. And this powder is just gonna sit here for a little while and bake. And while it's baking, I'm gonna go in with my powder foundation. This is very important. This is a very important step of your makeup. I always like to go in with my powder foundation, and this is now what I use to get that chiseled cheek look. And I like to just go up underneath my contour, and then after I do that, I always like to go in with a big fluffy brush and go in with this stuff and kind of just blend all around my face. This just kind of sets the contour, blends the colors together. It just does everything. It makes your makeup look really smooth. I love that about it too. It's just overall a really bomb product. I also like to contour my nose with my powder foundation. So I just like go right over that powder, and then I'm gonna go back in and tighten it up. And now, since I have put my nose contour on, I can go ahead and go in the middle of my nose. And then I'm just gonna clean up that powder a little bit, that brush, so it can be a sharper line in the middle. I'm gonna bronze up my face. I'm using the e.l.f. bronzing powder. You can find this in Sephora, super bomb, but it's really pigmented. So I like to go ahead and get all of the extra off. And I just like to go in the areas where I contoured and just re-emphasize that darkness, because this shade is darker than me. So I don't like to bring it high up. I just like to bring it right where I contoured. And I always like to go over my forehead with my bronzer and the tip of my nose, because I like for the bottom of my nose to be a little bit darker. Now that I already have the powder foundation down, now I can go back in with a lighter powder, because it's just gonna blend a lot better that way. I always like to just have something up underneath this powder because I don't want it to be like too light of a shadow. So now that I've already kind of chiseled out with my powder foundation, I can go in with something lighter. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that. But like I said, I just found that when I would just go in with this stuff without anything up underneath it, it wouldn't blend out well. It would look very ashy. So Now I always like to put down my powder foundation first and then chisel out my cheek. All right, now let's blush. I'm gonna go in with my orange blush first. This is the Juvia's Place palette in volume 6, and I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Face brush to put this on, and I go right on top of where I contoured, but just a little bit higher. And I always like to kind of like blend it into my under eyes. I feel like orange is a really good shade for girls that are my skin tone and darker. Now I have kind of learned to go in with orange before I go in with pink. For some reason, it just really just do it. Like it just, it looks so much better with the orange under it. And I always like to go over my forehead with this stuff as well. A little bit on the bottom of my nose. And then now we can go in with our pink shades. This is the volume 4 Juvia's Place palette. And I like to go in with both of these shades, but I'm gonna start off with the hot pink first and knock some of that off. And I like to go pretty high up on my cheeks. And then just to blend that out, I'm gonna go in with the lighter pink, and this one can go even higher. So I like to take this one really tight up underneath my eyes, but still over that first pink shade. It creates a really nice gradient going from orange to hot pink to light pink. So you guys should really try this combo. I love it so much. And I'm not afraid to blend this light pink up underneath my eyes because I kind of like the blushed under eye look. So blush is done. Now what we can do is go ahead and do my eyeliner. I like to use a black eyeliner on the days I want my eyes to look really super duper sharp. Or should I go in with a white? Should I do a white eyeliner today, y'all, or black? White or black? Maybe I'll do a white inner corner and then a black outer corner. Let's see how that looks. So I'm just using this black eyeliner that I got from the beauty supply store. The brand is Art Liner. This shit cost me like $2, so it's not nothing special, but it does what it needs to do. I love a good wing. I grew up watching Aaliyah J, so y'all already know, like, I love me a good wing. All right, got my wing. Now let's do inner corner. I'm gonna go in with my white. I am so scared. Oh my God, let me dust off this powder first. You can barely see it on the inner corner. You can't really see it, y'all. All right, so I did the white eyeliner, y'all, but I don't know how I feel about it. But I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna trust the process because maybe that's just my comfort zone talking. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put some eyeshadow up underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go in and trust the process, y'all. I'm gonna go in with a black because I do want my eyes to be on the deep side because I never ever do that, and I just kind of want to see what it's gonna give. So I'm gonna go in with or should I go in with a really dark brown? Or go ahead and go in with the black. I guess I can start off with the chocolate and then see what we think. But I'm gonna go really tight up underneath my eyes with this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's coming together, y'all. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm gonna go in with a lighter brown, one of the browns that I use on my eyelid. And I'm just gonna kind of like go up underneath this chocolate and kind of smooth out the edges. And then now it's gonna be time for mascara. I'm gonna go in on only my bottom lashes because I have on extensions. Okay, now it's time for lips. I'm about to go ahead and, well, actually I need to put my moles on, but I do that with my lip liner. So let me grab my lip liner and all of my lip products, and then we can finish off the face. I'm kind of excited, y'all, because this kind of is eating right now. This is not what I would normally do, but I'm not mad at it. Like, it looks good. It looks really good. Okay, brown eyeliner from Sephora, and I'm just gonna go in and line my lips. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and make my moles. Y'all, I'm thinking about getting this tattooed. Just a black dot right there. I think that's so cute. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Lingerie lip pout and cheekies. It's a very, very light pink. And I'm gonna go inside of my lips. I'm gonna go in with my NARS lip gloss in Nympho and go over it. And then just to lighten it up just a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with my NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. Now let's spray. Let me let my hair down and see how I feel about the makeup. Oh my gosh. Look at my eyes. I do want to go back in with that white. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm about to just freshen up my hair just a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys the full finished look with my hair done and everything. And maybe I might put on like a little cute festive outfit or something. We'll see. But I'm just about to fix my hair, do something cute to it, and then I'm gonna be right. All right, so y'all, this is the face. I feel so pretty and I love the way that it came out. I would definitely recreate this look if I'm going somewhere for the holidays, maybe like going to a Christmas party or some type of event or something like that. I feel like this is just, it's so beautiful. Like, I love the way that it came out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please do not forget to give me a big old thumbs up, and also comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see next. And also subscribe to my channel because my Cash Baby's lit. I'm lit, you subscribe, these people lit too, and that's on what? That's on period. So yeah, y'all, like I said in the beginning, all of the products will be listed down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow in day 8. Bye, y'all.